Welcome to Saddle Nation. This is Frank, and I'm just going to talk about things that I did today and plan on doing today. I'm going to be speaking off the cuff with very little editing. So it's actually been a productive morning. At this time that I'm recording this, it's a little after 11 a.m., and I've already gotten quite a few things done, and my day is barely starting. So in the morning at 8 a.m., I went and had breakfast. I had oatmeal at McDonald's and a cup of coffee with two friends of mine. Uh, so that was nice. Get to go out and have some coffee and enjoy some oatmeal. uh, and then during that or right after that, I had a text message from my ex girlfriend. So as soon as I got home, we had a conversation on the phone. So hopefully something good comes out of that. After that, I I was planning on going to the library to get some things done, in which I will talk about in a minute. But I was reached out by the club president for the one of our clubs here, one of the Toastmasters clubs here in the Rio Grande Valley. Uh, and it's not just the club president; it's the person, uh, one of the people competing for world champion of public speaking. So in Toastmasters, a little bit about Toastmasters. So this is a an organization that started 101 years ago by Ralph Smedley, and he was attending or looking to attend classes on how to be a better speaker, and he was seeing that um, they were really expensive. So it really was only rich guys that were doing this, and he thought like, well, like everyone should learn how to be a public speaker, and it shouldn't cost them an arm and a leg. So, long story short, he started the first Toastmasters club out of a YMCA, uh, and that's where they had their first meeting. I don't know how long they had their meetings there, but fast forward to 50 years later, they began to allow women, because before that it was only men. Uh, and so 50 years later, hey, women can join too, which is great because fast forward, uh, one of my mentors began going there, uh, and she did a lot, and she came down here to the valley where I'm from, and began charting clubs here because we didn't have anything here. Uh, and out of that, my other mentor came into the picture. So it wasn't for that Ralph Smedley who started the organization, and then later Helen Blanchard, who was the first woman to join Toastmasters, and she did it under an alias. So if it wasn't for those two people, I don't think I would be here, at least in this capacity, uh, where I have some leadership roles in Toastmasters, and I'm using that in my regular life. So I owe a lot to people I've never met, but that's Toastmasters. So uh, the mentor that I mentioned, one of my mentors, Luisa Montalvo, she is the world champion of public speaking for 2024, uh, which means she competed many, many times. And there's levels to this. You compete at the club level, you compete at the area level, you compete at the division, then the district level, and I think it's like semifinals or quarterfinals. I think there's a couple more levels, and then there's the international level where you're competing with the world. So in 2024, she made it to the world stage and won. Now we have, and she's from my area. Now we have someone else doing the same thing, and he is the club president for one of the clubs here. And he reached out to me for my club, for the one where I'm a member of, like it's my main club. Wanting to, he wants to speak next week, so I'm going to put him on the agenda. I already have it marked down, but I'm going to be making the agenda today. So he is competing at the district level, which is next Saturday, May 30th. May 30th. And I was asked if I was going to go to that conference and to see the contest, but that's also the day that I'll be picking up my son, one of my sons, and he just fractured his leg, so I'm devoting time to taking care of him and making sure he has a good time here. And I get to see him. I get to be with my son for a good chunk of June. So I'm not able to attend the contest. But I'm skipping ahead. So yes, the winner of the division contest, and he's going to be speaking Wednesday at my club to practice his speech. And he's been doing that a few times. But we try to give good feedback, especially since he is competing on a contest level. Anything we can do to help so he can polish his speech and make it just a little bit better, that the judges will smile upon him. So that's good. That's something I was able to get done, just putting him on the schedule. And I'll be making the schedule for our meeting next week. So I'll be doing that at the library. And as I was already, making my way out, I get a text from another friend, like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he usually will take me grocery shopping, so that's what it was. So I went grocery shopping and I bought some food for the remainder of this week and next week. So I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm buying a little bit more healthier food because I need to work on my health. I want to stay healthy and work on that. That is the morning so far. So what I will be doing as soon as I finish recording this and then upload it, I am headed off to the library. I'm going to be working on the agenda. That shouldn't take too long, that maybe 10-20 minutes. I think even less than that. Also, I do have to also email out the agenda, so maybe around 20 minutes. Tonight at the Choose to Change Foundation, which I'm a member of, usually I introduce the main speaker and CEO, founder of the Choose to Change Foundation, which is Orlando Salinas. He's out of town. He's doing his thing. So today the class will be taught by me, and it's going to be an introductory to not just Choose to Change, but the things that we learned there today. So I'm going to write out my intro. Usually I introduce Orlando or anyone else who's speaking. I don't think there's really anyone else. Well, there isn't. But I don't think Orlando asked anyone to introduce me, so I'll be introducing myself, which I've done that before. It's not an issue, but I want to work on my introduction and include some accomplishments. And this is something I learned just the other day from my mentor. That you want to add the things that you're passionate about. It's not just like, oh, in that instance with Toastmasters. So here it's not just Toastmasters or Choose to Change. It's just things that I've done that have brought me this far, and by putting out my interests, it might catch the attention of like-minded people. So I'll be working on my introduction, and also just some bullet points of things I want to cover, and I don't want to miss anything. I'm also going to be printing out more Captain Courage mini comics, and I know I have some Captain Goggles mini comics, but I'm trying to remember if I have them on file where I can just print them out ready to cut and fold. But I know I have some that I printed out that I use as my main copy, and I'll just have those photocopied. So I'll have to grab that envelope before I leave. But yes, yesterday I was talking to someone, and I mentioned like, oh, I draw comics. I'm an artist. I draw comics. I do illustrations, and they wanted to see some of my work. So I said like, I can print out some mini comics and show them to you and give them to you. So I want to do that, and I also want to show those tonight at Choose to Change as some of my accomplishments, so I can kind of have those. They're like, look. So yeah, there's a few things I need to get done today. Next Saturday, I will be picking up my son, my middle child, my second son, and he just fractured his leg, so I need to take care of him. But it'll be good having him here. And my oldest son isn't able to make it, but he's gonna be in the varsity team next year, or this coming school year. So he's got to practice for that. So I'm happy for him. I'm proud of him. He's doing what he wants to do. He loves football. So I'm sad that he's not gonna be here, but I'm glad that he's pursuing this. So. But I'll still spend time with my son Matthew, and I'll be probably doting on him a little bit more, especially since he fractured his leg. So, but I think we'll have a good time, and I'm planning a lot of things for us. I might have to schedule some things because of his leg, and he is gonna have to go home a little bit earlier than anticipated. But at least he'll be here for my birthday and Father's Day, which is I wanted to spend those days with him. So not everything is has a perfect bow on it, but there's a lot of good things happening. So that is what I plan to do today, what I've already done today, and some things for next week. And well, there's just been a lot on my plate, and now it's just kind of organizing that, good or bad, just being able to handle those things. That, some things are just out of my hand, like my son fracturing his leg. I think I could have done. But yeah, just going through the process, and that's what we teach and learn at the Choose to Change Foundation, and I'm finding that is actually everywhere. It's you go through a process. You go through a process in Toastmasters. You go through a process in Choose to Change in life. So I'm in the process, and I can't stop. I won't stop. This has been Frank Salazar with Salazar Nation. Leave a comment, leave a like. There's a tip jar if you want to support what I do. And we'll see you next time.